get them to 100 followers to turn the repost back onto them. So it's been a big process.
Yeah, wow. That's...
Yes, it was something that was much more than just doing it on the browser or doing, it was related to just having a small account, but it was a follow tool.
Yeah. Cool. That's
so
the new things. Like, the thing with the strategy is Instagram's always changing, so there's always stuff that's going to pop up that we haven't even dealt with yet. So once you get, and especially when you're starting out, you're going to get a lot of little problems, but if you can push through them and get past all the problems, then it just flows. Like, I haven't had a problem with my accounts now in like a month at all. They just go smoothly, and that's because I've been through all those problems and you keep verifying them, keep doing all that, and they're fine. So yeah, you just got to keep pushing through. Are you generating many leads?
Yes, about 3 a day. I'm not reposting, so my process was wrong. I was doing all the accounts first, but they were small accounts, and because Instagram kept on saying that they were small accounts without actually, and it was just following and following, so they were growing, but they weren't. I wasn't producing any content on them, so it's my bad in not doing the repost. So now I've got to get into reposting them and reposting and getting that process in place so that I can start to sort of see activity on it instead of just follow.
Yeah.
Which makes sense to me now that I logically had somebody from Jarvie on a team view session. Don't know if you had one of those, but the team view session was full on. So finished it, and that's worked really, really well in getting it fixed. And they had a good look at my logs and just seeing what was triggering the email confirmations.
Yeah, great.
So
thanks. Looks like they went out of their way. Good job. Never had that.
I can be quite persistent when something is, and when a system isn't doing the system, I can be quite persistent because they gave me every single path that I had to do, which I was doing, and until I said, look, I really have, somebody has to see my account. And once they did and got the developers in, then they knew that what was wrong with it. But until then, it was just the normal support people that were just giving the normal answers, which weren't working. Yeah. And so I can be quite persistent. And that's why I look tired. But I just wanted to say, yes, persistence is the key. And I wanted to come on and say, if it doesn't feel right, you do need to get to somebody in the end. And I was so glad that they got the developers in to talk to me.
That's awesome. There's always, like, you can always find an answer to a problem. When I started doing this, I pretty much was figuring out, I had just as training, but like, I had 10 times more issues than what the training was showing me. But if you do figure it out, like, you can build this. And that's why we're not overly answering the questions in the chat, because we know if we run off and do it, they'll understand how to do it. If we give it to them, it would never click in their head. And it's understand the process of going through that. It's kind of what we're at. So,
So in doing that, I've got no questions for you. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy and just let you know that I went through that process.
We've all been through it. I know Dan's been through a bit of a process, a little more than me.
Yeah, I've had over 70 disables since I started, so I've definitely been through it. And sometimes I just wanted to pack it in, but at the end of the day, just rebuild and keep on going.
Yeah, and we're going to be adding more content. Probably, I don't know when, but we've got some more stuff we can add that you guys can use as well.
We're definitely on your shoulders here and learning exactly what you've taught us. I think I would have been on the TeamView session a lot more than this hadn't you had your training. So I think you're definitely taking us down the right path. But the persistence is the key.
Generating leads, you're doing something right. People are attracted to you.
Yes, we are getting leads, and it's from 2 accounts. It's just 2 accounts that are, and I'm not even reposting on those accounts yet. So I haven't even got to that part, but I know I had to do that next, and so really, really enjoying that. I wake up to leads, so happy as.
That's great. Cool. All right, we better get everyone on because we only got 50 minutes left.
Cool.
So any questions anyone has, feel free to chuck them at us.
I've got one, the same question, if that's all right. Sorry about the whiteout again, everybody. It's the same thing. I've still got what you saw on there the other day, Adam. I replaced all of the proxies and it's still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And then while we were on talking about that, the account that you said I had 126 followers on the other day, you went, oh, that's doing all right. Well, that went down to about 50, and I just wondered if I should change some of my follow settings or unfollow settings until I get some, traction, because I've still only got between 20 and 50 followers on all of those accounts, and they've been there for 4 weeks.
And they are following, right? They're working.
Yeah.
That seems weird for me that it's working. So we're going to have a look at your proxies. It's probably going to be a bit more detailed to figure out what's going on there that we can actually fit in this. So message me after, we can organise the time to have a real look at it, because your account shouldn't be doing anything if your proxies aren't working. So,
okay.
But when I did look at it, I was a bit like, I gotta have a proper look at it to figure out what's actually happening there, because there is something that should be happening there. Which,
all right. I will.
Don't stress about it. I mean, your accounts are working, so you're getting followers, so you're doing something right. But we just have to, we'll have to get into a bit more detail and have a look at your proxy settings, your proxy accounts, stuff like that. But we'll put that one on. We'll talk about that later. Message me after the call, and we'll figure something out. But yeah, any other questions, guys? Anyway.
I have a question. Okay, so I'm much closer to the beginning than anybody else, but I put 11 accounts onto proxies, and the 12th account, I didn't know if that needed to be on a proxy too, the one that I put the 12 pictures into. Does that one need to be on a proxy as well?
I'd recommend it. I mean, not having one account on a proxy is essentially on its own proxy, because it's on a different IP address than everyone else. So, but I'd rather have them all on proxies. You may as well protect them.
Okay. All right. And then 9 of them got shut down. So I finally dealt with Dogmars, and so now I'm going to do the verification check. So. Perfect.
Yeah, good old Dogma. He's really pulling through for us. But after you do 2 payments on that site, they'll let you do a PayPal option as well.
Perfect.
So you don't have to deal with them too much. But in fact, he's doing it. It's good. Cool. So
Sorry, Laura, you finished?
Oh yeah.
Okay, sorry. While you're talking about the 12 posts, what do you use to actually put them into the main account? Do you go through your phone? Do you go through your computer? Or do you go through Jarvee?
I go through my phone. I always have the repost account. I have my personal account on my phone, and I've got 2 to 3. I got 2 repost accounts. Yeah, I've got 2 repost accounts on my phone. I just put them in there. It's just easier. And they don't.
And does that trigger an email or phone verification because of it going through your phone?
Maybe the first time you do it, it might.
Yeah, potentially in the beginning, but over time it won't. I have the same. I've got 3 on mine, and I've been using it. I use it non-stop. Even in Bali, I log in on the Bali Wi-Fi now on my repost account, and it still doesn't get a verification now. So I think just once it's aged, that's the difference.
And keeping a phone on your account, keeping accounts on your phone and leaving them on your phone, I find that protects them, because it's kind of more but you don't want to change it. You don't want to be constantly swapping. So you got your main accounts on your phone and just leave them on there.
Yeah.
We have
cool. Thanks.
All right. So
with that topic, could I just continue it on to the other point? Like each time I log on to my phone, I have just basically stuck to those accounts you're speaking about. And it wants me to verify my phone number, and it puts my own phone number up onto that say Choose Your Job is my repost account and I open it on my phone, it asks me to confirm my phone number. So I just ignore that and just keep for security or something.
No, that's a phone,
so just
that's a phone verification if it asks for your number. So just go through the troubleshooting. If you verify the account on Jarvie, if you do that, if it's got that, even if it stays valid, it will come up as phone validation. So you just have to follow the process. If it's asking for your number, it's a phone validation.
Okay, and in that process, when we were following the training, I followed it from the start and built the 10 accounts at once on my phone, at home, on my internet. And is that complicating anything further down the line now?
Yeah, you don't want to build too much on the same IP address.
So what do I do about it?
Go to a cafe, use their Wi-Fi, is what we
Oh,
recommend.
yeah, for the rest of them. But for those 10 that I initially built, like, is it just...
Oh, no, that's fine. If they're already built, they're fine. Don't stress.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
No worries. Sarah, Nick?
Yeah, good morning, guys. How are you?
Yeah,
Good, thank you.
Good.
You enjoying yourself over there?
Yeah, we're half asleep.
Can't complain.
Yeah, it's pouring down, raining here at the moment, so the whole week it's going to rain, so you're in a good place.
I actually got a motorbike fine yesterday. The police found me. I drove on a footpath. I'm not allowed to do that.
My goodness.
Breaking all the rules.
Yeah, that's it. Do they charge you for having a helmet, not having a helmet on over there?
I wear a helmet, but I rode on the footpath to get past the car, and they caught me. Apparently.
Oh.
Must have been a camera thing, but yeah. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Well, bit of adventure for you there, then. Yeah.
Cool. So, any questions?
Yeah. Well, I'm asking about the conversions, obviously, because I'm at that stage now that I'm getting some quite a lot of leads in. So what I have done is I have altered my or set up the split testing on some of the accounts to see whether, we were talking about my bridge video was not perhaps maybe it was too long, or maybe it was not right, or whatever. So I'm trying different things like that. I'm also putting more letters into the legacy following and that sort of thing to get the conversions. Now I'm getting, say, 2 or 3 what do you call it? Well, I suppose conversions every day now, right?
So
yeah.
Yeah.
So people actually listening to Stuart's video, signing on there, but no actual apps, right? They're not buying in. Probably.
How many you had in total, would you say, since starting the strategy?
Probably about, well, I can just quickly have a look here. Probably about 19 or something like that. That's actually,
so you're looking at a 1 to 3% conversion rate if you're doing it really good. So, so put an example, out of 100 leads you get, you're looking at 1 to 3 apps. So if you only got 19, me is you probably still just need to keep driving leads. I mean, that's on the front end. With the follow-up and the emails later, you'll find they'll start converting more. But basically, you're looking at a 1 to 3%. So every 100 leads you get, you'll be looking at 1 app. So you've only got 19 leads. I wouldn't stress too much about your conversions right now. I'd stress building that lead gen up still and keep that going, because the more leads you're getting in, it just becomes a numbers game. You start filling up your and they'll start turning over time. Yeah. You've only 19.
Because I'm getting 76 leads a day, right?
Okay.
Like this is actually clicking into the account, 76 leads a day in Bitly, right?
Are they putting their email in? Well, they just
no. Well, I'm
clicks today. Yeah.
So a lead is somebody that puts their email in. That's a conversion. So you want at least 100 conversions a day. Not a day, 100 conversions, you'll get a 1 to 3%. Every 100 conversions, you get about 1 to 3 apps.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm getting, say, 76 leads, whatever, not leads a day, 76 clicks a day, I should say, yeah? And then 19 of them has clicked in, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'd focus on getting that number up more because, sometimes we go through a quiet phase when we get like 200 leads and like in a day, over a couple of days, and we get no apps just because it's a bit of a, but then later on, when I say leads conversions, then later on they'll start converting down the track. But
what we actually find is when we're having our biggest lead days, we're actually getting our lowest app days, and when we're having our low lead days, we're getting more apps. It's kind of weird.
Wow.
How it flows.
That is, yeah, that is weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you are looking at every 100 conversions, you're looking at 1 to 3 lead apps. So you've only got 19. Don't focus on the conversions yet. Focus on building that lead gen up, because when the leads start coming in, everything else flows. But if you're stressing out about conversions, getting apps, and you haven't got the leads, like that shouldn't be your priority. Yeah. Your priority should be.
Right.
That's how I did it. I didn't care about when I first started. I didn't care about getting sales. All I wanted was to see the leads come, because I knew the leads could be converted over time, and that was fun.
Yeah.
The foundation of the business is building your email list. So it's hard to let go of the focus, or if I'm not getting an app or I'm not getting conversions on the back end. But it doesn't matter what business it is, it's the database, it's the foundation of the business. So if you're driving leads and working on increasing leads, getting those emails in your list, that is your list for the rest of your life. That person that's on your email list can pay you for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? So if you just focus on building that email list and increasing those emails every day, don't have to worry about the back end. SFM take care of that. The videos convert, the sales will come through. Just focus on getting those clicks and emails up, and that's all you need to worry about.
Yeah, 100%. And like me and Dan, for example, the power of the email list, I think I told you and Nadine the other day, we didn't get really any apps for a few days. We couldn't figure out what was going on. Then we sent off one email to our list, and we signed up 30 with one email. Yeah.
Wow. What did you say in the email? Come on, guys, get on with it.
we run the paid apps, because with Instagram, obviously, because there's a lot of Africans and Indians in tier 2 and 3 countries, we want to only use the paid app to try and figure it out. So what we did is we cleaned our list. We deleted all of the tier 2 and 3 countries off our list, and go, let's do a special free trial offer. Time only. So we did a free trial offer to our list, and we got 30 people sign up in one day from.
Wow.
So like another 30 across the next few days. So we signed up like 60.
Yeah.
So if we can clarify that, when you finish the conversation, about Aweber, are you working with the SFM system for following up all of your leads? Because we're not. We actually have got our leads into our 7-day video series because we're on our Aweber and we're not using a link generator. We actually need to create, alongside of this, as soon as we get leads on our list, we actually need to create our follow-up for 30 days, and we need to keep a way to keep them intrigued with the SFM until they're an app. Then SFM take over, don't they? Or not, because we've still got to follow them up after that.
The way we do it is we put people straight into the 7-day video up series just to constantly remind them of our SFM, because they just recently saw a video of Stu. And then what we do is we really cultivate our list. So we give tons and tons of value, so they really like and trust us. We don't really sell for like the first 30 days. Like all mine's just personal development stuff. And then after and every now and then we'll send a sales email out, because they're already reading our content. They already know what we're all about. They just click on it and they buy it. So it's really, and it's the same method.
The lifestyle value results.
Yeah, same as the 3-2-1 method. Giving out lifestyle, giving out and doing the odd sales face. So you can do that. You can put that method into every strategy, and it works. So you can do, if you did a Facebook posting twice a day, doing that strategy, value, lifestyle, results, 3-2-1. Did it on Instagram, you did it on your emails, it works everywhere. It's all about that attraction marketing, and it's the same with emails. Email list that's always growing. Like every day you're getting more, every lead is going to build that list. And after a while, it only really hit me the other day when I saw it. I got a list of 10,000 people now. And I was like, a few months ago, it was only 3,000 people. And I was just like,
wow.
One email, like 1,000 people look at it now. It's like crazy, and it's still growing. So that's the power in that. Yeah. Does it
how many applications? Sorry, Adam. How many applications? Not applications. So how many email addresses, are coming in, sort of on a regular basis now?
For us?
Yeah.
About 200 a day.
Yeah, we're averaging between 150 to 250 a day emails.
My goodness, yeah.
I mean, I think our biggest is over 300, but about 315 or something.
Right.
But we're about to sort of wrap it up again as well, because we're not satisfied. We want more, so we're going to start creating a few more accounts again too. There's no limit. It depends on the amount of work you want to do. If you're not getting what you want, just keep on building. And yeah, it does take time. It is a fair bit of work. We call it the digital brain, where we just want to run away and blah, That's when we just run and we just go down to the beach like we did last night, and we just break it up. We just jump in the water, watch the sunset, and just escape for a little while and call it a day. But we have been brain fried. We know what it's like, but just keep on repeating the process, create more accounts, and that will come.
Yeah. How many? You can't say that, but I have probably 44% opening the first video series, right? And I have 50% opening the number 7. But in between that, I have all kinds of they're not opening. Not like 2 or 3 of them are not opening, and then I have one that's at 30% and that sort of thing.
They're all great. They're all great open rates. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with your open rate. That's good.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
After the first 2 videos, mine drops to about 15%.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're better than me.
I wonder why that is. I can understand you get the first one, you're excited, and you watch that, right? Yeah. And then maybe the next one you forget that, right? Yeah.
You miss it. Yeah. It's just time. It's just people don't see it.
A lot of people are lazy. They can't be bothered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, with the email programs like Gmail and stuff, they have a deliverability rate, and sometimes they don't hit the inbox, or they go to promotions folder, or they go to the spam folder.
The thing you have to remember as well with email, and you might have someone on your list for 6 months, and they might not open 80% of your emails, but they see them coming in, and one day they just have a day at work where they go, you know what, I've had enough. Who's that Nick guy that was sending me those emails? Let me have a look.
Yep.
And they'll open that email, and that's the day they go, I'm gonna do this. And it could
right.
Yeah. Even though they're not opening all the time, they still see it. Like I had a girl that I was following for 4 years, and I didn't even back then I had no experience online. I didn't even know what affiliate marketing was or e-commerce or anything. And I just, how does this girl get my email? I don't even know who she is. And I still get her emails today. And it was eventually, I opened them and I started reading them, and I started seeing her having $200,000 weeks from blogging, and she was massive.
Yeah.
Now I actually am really good friends with her. She's from Canada, and I'm good friends with her. I talked to her, we've connected. But that's the power of a list. Even before I knew anything, I still saw her emails coming in all the time. And I ended up buying, it was actually a crypto trading course. I bought a $2,000 course from her last year. 3 years later. 3 years later, I bought a $2,000 course. And at the time, she was advertising for blogging. But, later on, she got involved in cryptocurrencies, and I bought that. And, the same thing with Christian Gerard. I followed them from before I got involved online. I followed them for 3 years, and I came in 3 years later and went black.
But there you go.
That's why we keep saying, don't worry about the apps. They will come in. Build that list.
In time.
In time, when that pipeline's filled, and, it might take people 6 or 12 months before they become an app. But they will.
Yeah, I get it. What about targeting? Sorry, if anybody has any questions more important than mine, then please butt in. But targeting, we're all going for, law of attraction and nomads and stuff like that, right? When you guys set up a new target, say, what's the how do you do it?
I look for real people in a specific niche. So if I look at law of attraction, I don't look at viral accounts. I just find people that are just real people that kind of like it, and they've got their friends following them and their friends. And
Yep. Now I understand the process of actually like that's in the training, obviously.
A different niche. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your thinking like when you do a different niche?
Yeah, it's about knowing your audience. You know, like you got to ask yourself who's actually going to be interested in this offer. Like, what type of people are really looking? You know, it's basis marketing. Like, you can't. You try to market to everyone. You can't market. You won't get in. You won't get anyone. Right?
No, that's right.
So really understand what type of people want SFM, and where.
I suppose that's what I'm asking. Yeah. Other than what we have already.
Also, you got to look at yourself as a marketer too. Like, who are you, and who's going to want to work with you, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got, and having all that, and that's how I do it. Like, everyone's a little bit different. I can't. There's no formula. You got to just really understand your audience, and you do that all the time. But that's just by being authentic to yourself as well, right? Because you know.
I remember you told us about real estate agent. Let's just assume real estate agents, right? Yeah. Because of course Stuart is an ex real estate agent, and of course in that aspect, everybody, all the real estate agents really should need this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your Instagram accounts, right? What's your procedure there? What would you do in order to target real estate?
I'll just talk about same content, same photos, same caption, because they're all personal development. It's all me, and that's what attracts people. Now, sometimes I might, if I'm going specific, a hardcore for a certain niche like real estate agents, I'll customize my bio. Maybe I might mention, I used to work in sales, but I'd be honest, like, I did used to work in sales, so now I found a way where what do real estate agents do? They trade
their time for money.
Yeah, they trade all their time to money.
Yeah.
Same conversation. Day in, day out, going through the stress of they're not going to get a sale, and I'd cater bio to that, at those pains, and then I'll give them to make a change by clicking on the link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most estate agents work, let's say that most of them are going to be working 60, 70, 80 hours per week. They work long hours. So if I was specifically targeting like real estate, I would put in, because I used to work in construction doing 70, 80 hours per week, I would, instead of construction, maybe say, learn how I left my 70, 80 hour work week to travel the world with an internet business or something like that, so they can relate to the thing.
Yeah, because I see that, Adam, you don't use hashtags, but you do, Daniel, right?
Mainly on my personal, I do. Give or take, but I've pretty much stopped using them on my other accounts. Yeah.
Really?
The reason I don't, because I don't find them too effective. You're already getting enough engagement for the new people coming in, and it kind of pulls away from the call to action at the end. So you don't want.
I see. Okay.
Like, click on my link in my bio at your username. Yeah. And then if you've got hashtags there, that kind of.
So my personal account is a little bit different, because I'm trying to build it up to be an influencer account as well. It's not.
Yep. Understand that. Yeah.
In there, but it's a different goal with my personal than what I have with all the other ones.
Yeah. Okay. Because I just thought like that would be a natural thing if we're targeting a niche, right? To obviously in the account itself, we put in the hashtags, real estate agents, blah 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 blah, right? And then go that way, because then we're sort of involving that sort of. But now I can see what you're doing. You're doing it in the bio itself, right? Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot. Sorry, guys. I just.
No stress. Yeah. Cool. Sarah, being a bit quiet back there.
Just listening. I was actually, how Instagram now, I'm trying to always find some innovative ways or new ways, but with the IGTV, like, have you guys used that with any?
I haven't even looked at it yet.
I've used it on my personal. I just created a video of our last Bali trip, a lifestyle video.
I watch you all the time, Daniel. All your videos. So
that's all I've used. But we haven't really looked too much into that yet.
Oh, like you had, okay. because I mean, I just saw it and I just thought maybe I'd ask you guys if you guys are using it and if you guys are seeing any traction with it or anything.
Definitely test it out. Like, it doesn't hurt.
Especially on your personal page, like if you're doing the 90-day video challenge or those value videos that you're creating, you can get them up on your Instagram TV channel for sure, on your personal, because that's going to attract your niche, your market for sure.
Okay.
I'm not actually,
And then, so like I was working up to almost 10 leads a day.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of gone down a bit. It's like maybe sometimes 5 leads a day.
What you find is you get it like a real high and then it starts plateauing. And then like a week later, it will just shoot back up. It will like double. Like your accounts level up as they get to a certain size. And also it depends on the call to actions you put out there too. But we get that too. Like, I mean, I remember I was getting like, at one point I was getting like 280 leads a day. And when 280.
The week before that, you're only getting like 70 to 80, and then it just went straight up to 280.
Yeah, but then we're back down sitting around 150. So you do get these really big highs, but then they go back down. But then they do go back up, but then they go back down. It's weird how it works.
I guess it all depends on the way that your accounts are following and unfollowing and reposting. It all makes a difference. It's hard to understand. It just, over time, it will slowly, consistently grow.
Yeah. And if you got, how many accounts do you have, Sarah?
I have 23. I have on my list to do more, but I haven't gotten the chance to.
I was getting that when I first started. I had 20 accounts and I was getting about 10 to 15 leads a day. But then as they get older, you know, like a few months down the track, they'll get a lot more momentum, these older accounts, because they got a bigger following base, they got the social proof. As long as the content's good and you're putting out, you know, call to actions and giving value, like they do grow. They double, they triple. It's crazy how it works. And you'll find every about 20 accounts you have, you'll get about 30 to 50 leads a day once they're fully scaled and operating. But they don't happen overnight. They take a few months. Yeah.
Right. But then you mentioned that not to use, because I was using hashtags.
Yeah, you don't use hashtags. They don't.
Yeah, I kind of, when I did use it, I opened up a hashtag and then I had like 6 pictures of myself in one hashtag. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I started deleting all the hashtags.
Definitely don't want to be using the same
hashtag to people. So, so I kind of cleaned that up. So yeah, I kind of stopped using. I've been trying to stop using hashtags. I know it's kind of a habit.
They make the captions look messy, in my opinion, and like I said, it kind of pulls people away from clicking on your link in your bio.
Yeah.
It gives them the option to click somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is not what you want. But,
I know I've asked this question before because I didn't do it. With my personal account and all of us trying to stay not noticed, when I went to put it into Jarvee, it sort of seemed like alarm bells came up inside Jarvee, or they knew all my details. So if I do want to use my personal account and automate it, just do the same as we did before. Like there's nothing extra I should know. It's okay to automate your personal account because they know your phone number, they know everything, don't they? Like
it's fine. They do have access to those.
I mean, you don't use a password that you use on everything else, like your bank accounts and everything. But that's fine. I mean, we both run our personal.
Yeah.
My personal's been averaging 200 followers a day for the last 2 weeks. So
okay.
You can
So just open up Jarvee, just go to put it on a proxy and go for it, in other words.
Exact same method. Just make sure you don't, when you're unfollowing, you can whitelist, you can protect, if you don't want to unfollow certain friends and family, you can whitelist them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll give it another go. I really want that done, so I'll give it another go. Thank you.
All right, sure. Cool.
A weird question. Sorry. So I did put my number in, like Nadine was saying, in Jarvee and stuff. I keep getting phone calls on my phone from some weird, I'm not sure where, Burundi. I'm not sure where that but it's like a 6-digit number. I don't know. And so I keep getting calls, and I don't know if it was when I started creating these Instagram accounts, but I don't know if that has anything related to it or it's just coincidental. I don't know if you guys come across that or.
I'm pretty sure they don't share your number. I'm pretty sure like they've got so many accounts.
It was just a coincidental thing, and
I'm sure they make enough money.
I've had an issue. There was something going on. I know some of you in Australia might have had it too, where we're getting lots of calls from Russia and Tanzania, African countries, and it was something that was going on. If you answer it, apparently you get charged like $50 for the call and stuff. It was a weird thing that was going on. So it could just be something like that. That was going on a couple of months ago.
Maybe I just thought maybe is it because I built these Instagram accounts, somebody got my number somehow. And I don't know, but
I've never had anyone call me. Yeah.
No, I've had calls like that too from strange numbers, but I never open them. So
I don't do it.
Don't worry too much about that. You can always change the number if you want, and if you don't feel comfortable. But,
You were talking about second tier countries. How do you define a second tier?
Basically, Google.
Tier 1 is Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK, USA.
Yeah, so it means like tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 is the quality of like the people likely to buy. Like obviously people in Tanzania where they've got no money, you don't want them on your list because they would never be able. They're not. It's about knowing your audience too. They would never be an ideal audience for a high ticket offer. It doesn't make sense.
We're getting those.
You get them. You get them with the strategy. That's because you get them from organic reach. They just come and find you. But there's nothing you can do about them. Like it's just it's an open social media account, right? Anyone can come onto your account and click on that link. So.
Did you go into Aweber? You said you qualified them out, and did you go into Aweber to qualify them out?
No, we delete them, so we just look up the country. We type in India, or we type in that.
You go to your manage your lists, and you can search by country IP. And then what I do is so I can get really detailed, because if you just do Africa, it won't come up. If you just do I Google African countries, and I do everyone one by one, and there's heaps of them. So I filtered out heaps of those countries, and then also Indian countries, and that really helped. Like my next broadcast probably almost doubled in an open rate as well, because the email then doesn't go to those people; it goes to tier 1 people. It goes to people in America, because sometimes there's always a percentage that goes to the junk folder. But if you're getting rid of all those tier 3 traffic, then it saves those emails going to their inbox, and you get a higher open rate from tier 1 countries. So it is important to clean your list with the Instagram strategy, because we just can't target it like you can with paid traffic.
It's important to clean your list in general. I always look at people. If someone has an open email in 6 months, I'll delete them, because
I cleanse my list. I cleanse my list for every 4 months, but that's on timing. But I've never cleansed it based on a country. But with the strategy of Instagram, I'm starting to see that in the leads.
Yeah, just have one list for the Instagram strategy, and then for your other paid strategy, have because when you do paid, you don't get any of those countries, right?
That's right.
Which is good.
How often do you guys? So you're saying, Jeanette, you're doing 4 months, every 4 months you're cleaning. Is that kind of a standard?
Yeah,
lately it has been,
Yeah, so when people start a list, I do it every 6 months. I have a look at people who haven't opened it in the last 6 months and all my emails. And if no one opens it once, I delete them. Because if they're not going to open your email in 6 months, I'm probably never going to.
That's right.
Probably not going to. Yeah.
And it does affect your deliverability rate massively. Like you can have a list of 1 million people where you're only getting 1% opening them. Compared to if you cleaned it the whole way through, you would have like 10-15%. It's a huge difference.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries.
How many emails are you guys sending them a week?
Well, more you send, the better, in my opinion. So we try to, if you can do a day, great. But that also depends on how big your list is, right? If you only got a list of like 10 people, maybe just like, one a day is fine. You want to keep people knowing you're there. They won't open them all that you will get unsubscribes. We get unsubscribes all the time. But
I personally do 4 to 5 a week. I personally think that's fine, because I feel if I get an email every day, it's overkill for me, so I don't like it. But other people love getting an email every day. So Adam will do 1 to 2 a day, and it works for him. I do 4 to 5. It works for me. Yeah. It's as long as you're doing at least a few a week, like the people need to hear from you. As long as your list hears from you every week, that's the most important thing.
If you can set a routine and be consistent, because then people will know they're going to get email at that time, right? They're expecting it. So consistency over time. Saying that, though, I'm guilty for not being consistent. I do an email when I feel like it, but I got to get more strict on that. You just, it's like, I don't know if you guys read a book called Grant Cardone, right? 10X. He's basically saying, if people are unsubscribing and giving me emails, that's good, because people are noticing you. And as a marketer, you want people to notice you. You're going to obviously, if you're going to get people buying, you're also going to get people that are completely opposite of that spectrum. They're going to unsubscribe or delete you, which is fine, right? Yeah. Can't please everyone. Yeah. If you're not getting noticed, then you're not doing anything right. You're not doing it right. So,
yeah.
I like to push
well, they say that if you're not getting tomatoes thrown at you, well, you're obviously not doing anything, right?
I think at one point as well, he was posting like once or twice an hour on his Facebook page.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Yeah. And people are generally doing that. I have 8,000 unopened emails in my account, right?
Yeah, exactly.
From other people, other marketers trying to market me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But you notice them. But
yeah.
It's kind of like once a month, although you just don't get noticed. But
that's right. Yeah.
But there are different strategies. Like email marketing is an entire ball game. Like you obviously can send the one email, but then you can like segment your list. There's so much to it. We're still learning it, but you can definitely improve the way you do it, opposed to just one email a day. But we can talk about that a bit later.
Yeah.
And I left the room, and I just wanted to ask just one more thing about the Aweber follow-up emails. I understand how to do that list now by single countries. Where in Aweber are you doing it so it applies to all of your broadcasts and
you just have to manage your list. So you have to go into each list individually, look for the countries that you don't want. That will tell you, will come up with all of them, then you just delete them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you just delete
manage it. Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
One question. When you do have however many your 7-day videos, and then you add on your own personal emails through the Aweber system, and then if somebody has gone through all of what you have so automated, what do you guys do and then you kind of throw in broadcasts here and there. What do you guys do at that point when a person has already gone through all of your emails? And do you just let them sit there in the list?
I've got a new tool, which so what I've got now is I've got a new tool. Like this is when it comes to list segmentation. This is where you can do another follow-up series once they finish that up, or you can just let them sit there. So I've got a tool. It's called Aweber Pro Tools. You can basically, when they finish it, they'll automatically get sent to another list. So you're not broadcasting to the people that are getting a follow-up series, because they're already getting emails every day, so you don't want to overkill them. And then you can broadcast directly to that list. And then you can kind of figure out like, there's a lot to it, and I can't justify like how to do it in this in 2 minutes. But you can like segment your list. You can send people to list A to list B. This is a hot list. You can send an email. You can, give them. It's just there's a lot to it.
There's a lot to it, but in simple terms, like just rely on your broadcast 3 to 4 a week. Once they've gone through that, as long as you're still sending your broadcast, 3 or 4 a week, then once that campaign's finished, the follow-up series and whatnot, I've got 20 in my follow-up series, but I just broadcast 3 or 4 a week. Someone's 5 a week. That way they're always getting information. If you shoot a video for YouTube, you want to talk about affiliate marketing or mindset or whatever, just send it to your list with the link to YouTube, and then they'll also go to you, follow you on there. So, you just always working it. Yeah, you just never stop sending it.
You can always add.
So the main focus is creating that relationship with the list, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and it goes so far.
What was that
good one.
called? What was it called again? Aweber. What was it?
Aweber Pro Tools.
I can put Aweber Pro Tools.
Aweber Pro Tools.
I'll post a link. There's a link for
Okay.
it. I'll post it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Another good tip I found I got a lot of reaction is when I'm asking for feedback or getting my audience to engage with me back, even on the email list. You know, if I ask, give me their opinion, give me your advice, what do you think, and stuff like that. Like I did that lifestyle video and I got like 20 or 30 replies for emails, and I'm getting people commenting on my YouTube. I'm like, wow, I never expected that from my list. Just goes, you start to see how engaged people are when you start talking to them and getting them to engage back.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. That's a very good point. Yeah.
What kind of questions are you asking your list?
Basically, like if I do a mindset email, I'll ask them what value they took out of it, if they want to see more of it and stuff like that. Even on my Instagram, I did a question yesterday, because you can do Instagram now, a personal, I'm like, what do you want to see me do more of? So I'm even getting my Instagram to tell me what they want, which then I can also apply that to my email list. So just getting feedback, asking them questions as well, and what they want to see from you. I think that helps.
Wow, very good. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Cool. We're pretty much running out of time, guys. So, any questions?
Well, probably 100 questions after we finish, right? Yeah. No, I'm fine, thank you. Yeah.
And I just want to say, don't ignore my questions. I get really frustrated here and don't think that I've found any other way to look it up. Help me, because I will learn. And I'm one of those people who, once you've showed it to me once, or it was in the chat, I'll go back and find it. But geez, I get frustrated. So just wanted to add that note.
Well, we talked about that the other day, Nadine, right? I mean, you are doing what 80% of people are not, right? So don't be so frustrated. Just congratulate yourself that you are doing it in the first place, right? You're going to be a millionaire, right? Come on.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful to these guys. But just wanted to add that note.
Sometimes you just got to take a break. You just get you just want to throw your just go for a walk, take a break, think on it, come back.
You got to take a break, and you also, like, we are in a sense entrepreneurs, and you got to be solution orientated. So you got to find out if there is a problem. You got to find out how to get a solution to that problem, because there always is a solution to a problem, and if you can just work it out, you will find the answer. And if you find that answer yourself, you'd be 10 times better if we just spoon fed it to you. I mean, obviously, we want to help. We do want to help out, and we will help out every way we can. But you know, if we disappeared for whatever reason, and you guys were still doing the strategy, and then we weren't here, like, we don't want you guys feeling like you're stuck, you know, because you're relying on us.
The only way that we were able to 10x this compared to Justin, well, Adam specifically, is that he was the one that went out and Googled and researched and went in forums and got the answers to everything. So whenever he's stuck, he'll go out and Google stuff and post in forums and read other people's posts in forums, and he pretty much figured it all out for himself. And now, like, just the stuff that Justin doesn't know, he was the one that taught us. So there's nothing stopping any of you that can take this beyond what we know. For example, Jeanette got on a call with the Jarvie creators or whoever they were, and you know, she got that help. Like, she was solution minded, she persisted, and she did what she needed to do to get her problem solved. That's what we're trying to say. Like,
we're not doing it to ignore you guys.
Yeah,
and we will answer questions. Like, I'm happy to, like, we got a call with Nadine because she really did get stuck. But we do encourage people to figure it out, because you know that will give you the ability to build anything up, really.
Well, this is it. Yeah, it's not just this, is it? I mean, we're learning a whole bunch of other stuff at the same time, something that I haven't seen for 10 years, right? So you're doing great, guys, and I'm very, very pleased and excited about where we're all heading. And I suppose this forum is what it's all about, right? you know, in the future, we will come up with new ideas, and we will all learn from each other, right? So that's great.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay.
great, awesome, guys. Well, we'll leave it at that then because we got to get off. But cool. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your time. Right? Thank you, everybody.